So once again, good morning everybody.
Good morning, Father Joel.
This is our Christmas EPC Mass. So Merry Christmas. Actually, the church has begun celebrating, at least the Philippine church has begun celebrating Christmas from the evening of December 15 or the day of December 16. Kung tayong mga Pilipino, nagsisimula tayo ng Pasko, no? September, properly speaking, Christmas begins for us on December 16. But I'd like to tell you something. No? Sino ba sa inyo yung nanonood ng Netflix? Okay, Netflix. Okay. Anong paborito niyong pinapanood doon? You would see there, no, yung mga number 1, number 2. Pero are you familiar with the Money Heist? Inaabangan ba ninyo yung susunod na season? Season 5, no? So, yung Money Heist, it's not only available on Netflix, merong nakakapanood sa YouTube, sa Facebook, okay? Sino yung paborito ninyong character doon? Sir Bert, sinong paborito mo ron? Professor, si Ma'am Cha, sino? Yan din? Okay. And siguro merong may paborito ka na Nairobi, no? Kina Berlin, etc., no? Pero you know, it's really a phenomenon, this show, Money Heist. It's also called, no? Original title is La Casa de Papel, no? And it's from Spain, from Madrid. And you know, it gives us something very important that we see all throughout, that's very consistent, the importance of planning. Yung magplano. Even the first heist that they did, talagang planadong-planado, no? They sat down, they had to know each other very well, they have to have their plans, and then their plan should be what you call foolproof. You know what that means? Full, F-O-O-L, proof, P-R-O-O-F. So foolproof, ibig sabihin, dapat walang butas yung plano, no? That even if one of the things that they did, no, maybe fails, there's a plan B, no? Merong plano ron. And sometimes we are mesmerized by that. Na, ay, nahuli yung si ganito. And then all of a sudden, meron pala silang backup plan for that. Okay? How we wish that all our plans are foolproof. Okay? Sana lahat ng plano natin sa buhay ay natutupad. Sana foolproof sila. Pero kung minsan hindi ganon ang buhay, sometimes our own plans are dashed. Why? Because of one reason or another. Maybe dahil sa sarili nating kapalpakan. Or maybe sometimes because of reasons that are beyond us, yung wala tayong magagawa. Plano mo, no? Makarating sa bahay ganitong oras. And then, bubuuin mo yung yung lesson plan mo or magluluto ka, no? Pero halimbawa, nagkaroon ng aksidente. Tapos yung traffic, katakot-takot. And so, your plan fails or falls. You know, we go back to 1 year before. Imagine yourself on December or in December 2019. Ano yung plano nyo for 2020? Most probably, you have something in store, no? Ito yung gagawin ko sa 2020. Magbibiyahe ako, or merong mga iba siguro, no? Mag-a-attend ako ng kasal na ganito, and you have blocked out all the dates. Pero, the unexpected came. And we have this expression in English, we did not see this coming. Hindi natin alam, mangyayari pala ito. Anong mga nangyari, no? For 2020. Many of our plans were dashed. Unang-una, no? Yung Taal volcano, eruption. We've had a lot of plans for our Don Bosco Day celebration, and yun nawala, no? Marami doon nawala because of the eruption. Even for the school, no, when we were planning for the end of the school year, maraming nawala, no? We were planning for Don Bosco Day, for graduation. And when our senior high school batch was graduating, I said something to them. I don't know if you were able to follow that, no? Ano yung kanilang batch? Batch 2020 sila. This could have been their year, or this was their year really. At tinanong ko sa kanila, ito nga ba yung year ninyo? Sabi ko sa kanila, no? This is your year. Pero there are many things that you missed. Wala ng concert. Wala na yung class picture ninyo. Wala yung graduation picture ninyo. Wala yung graduation ball. Wala yung commencement exercises na face-to-face. So everything that you have been planning for, that you have been looking forward, they were dashed. And witnesses also of these are these young people here. Most of them young men, okay? And they are here. Di ba dapat ngayon 2020 kayo gagraduate? Dapat nakasabak na kayo. October, November, dapat nakatoga kayo, no? And yet it was taken away from you. Something that was not expected. You did not see this coming. Nandito pa rin sila, and they have to complete their training. You know, isang parang, of course, nakakasakit ng puso yan, no? But I was also invited, no, by Enchanted Kingdom to say Mass for them. And you know what? 2020 is the 25th anniversary of Enchanted Kingdom. And they've been planning for this, no, the past year. Anong gagawin nila this year? And when they invited me, Father, no, we will be celebrating. Tapos may preliminary pa, no? I blessed even yung parts of a ride that they will be putting up. Pero I told them, you did not see this coming. Na itong 25th anniversary ninyo, when we would have dreamed of more people to come. In fact, no, if we look at 25 years, it is a generation. Na yung kayo, nung mga bata pa kayo, you went here for the first time, o yung mga tao na nagpunta rito for the first time, itong 2025, no? Or these years, yung mga anak na nila yung dinadala nila. And it could have been a real celebration that is full, no? Maybe a lot of revenue, pero wala. Tapos, wala pang face-to-face, walang mga field trip. So what a loss for them. And yet, they have accepted this, okay? And they remain hopeful. And it's consoling one another. Something that reflects the whole world is experiencing. Ewan ko, sino sa inyo magiging abay sa kasal dapat this 2020, no? Baka hindi na tuloy yung mga kasal na yon. I do not know who of you were planning to travel in order to see places. I remember Sir Bert is ready to go to Turin to experience, to see the places of Don Bosco. At hindi natuloy yun. And there are many others. So we can say that nasisira yung mga plano. But if we go to our gospel reading for today, it's about isang nasirang plano. Anong plano? Sino yung nagplano? Si Maria at si Jose, they have planned already, no? To have a family of their own. Maybe they are planning to get married. They were already betrothed. And now, they will get married and then have a family. Pero yung planong yon, in a way, nasira yung plano. Why? Because God had other plans. And this is the story, the narrative that we have today. And ang ganda ng title ng pagkakalagay, this is how the birth of Jesus Christ came to be. that the birth of Christ, something very happy, it is part of a plan that was dashed. So they were already betrothed, Mary and Joseph. But before they lived together, but God had other plans. She was found with child through the Holy Spirit. And so, it rests upon Joseph, anong gagawin niya dahil nasira yung plano niyang ito. And he did not want Mary to suffer. So gusto niya to keep this quiet as much as possible. And anong maganda ron, no, para hindi ma-compromise yung plano na yon, or maybe to just let it die, no, a natural death, he decided to, nahiwalayan niya si Mary, pero nanaig yung plano ng Diyos. Because the angel appeared to him, tapos sabi niya, huwag kang matakot na pakasalan si Maria, no? To take her into your home. Why? Because this child that she is bearing is by the Holy Spirit, conceived by the Holy Spirit. And therefore, she will bear a son, at ito yung papangalan mo. I do not know if other men would be able to, with the stuff that they have, the strength that they have, would be able to accept that. Why? When he woke up, what did Joseph do? He did as the angel of the Lord had commanded him, and took his wife into his home. And there was born Jesus, na dahil pumayag si Joseph, Jesus' birth became legal. It was something that was accepted. So ano yung nanaig? Yung plano ng Diyos. And maybe this is an answer to our questions. Bakit kung minsan yung mga plano natin hindi natutupad? Maybe of our fault or not of our fault, but why? But maybe because God has other plans. You know, the plan of the Lord was possible because Joseph was open to it. That if God has other plans for us, we would be open to it. Alam niyo, recently, no, December 8, Pope Francis declared December 8, 2020 to December 8, 2021 as what? As the year of Saint Joseph. Why? Kasi 150 years ago, Saint Joseph was declared as patron of the Universal Church. Ano ibig sabihin ng patron? He is the one guarding us. He is the one guiding the whole church. Yung vocation niya, which we have just read a while ago, that was the sign. When he accepted it, he accepted to be the guardian of the Holy Family, the guardian of Mary and Jesus. In this declaration by Pope Francis, no, yung title ng apostolic letter is Patris Corde, meaning with the heart of the Father. What is the backdrop of this declaration of Joseph as patron of the year of Saint Joseph, December 8, 2020 to 2021? The backdrop is COVID-19. And you know what? Ito yung sinabi ng Pope, no? The importance of ordinary people. Discreet, hidden, unnoticed. Na meron mga tao in our families, in our community, in our EPC, in our work, parang hindi mo ganon napapansin. Hindi sila yung star, hindi sila yung bida. Pero hindi mangyayari yung mga bagay na magaganda kung wala sila. Halimbawa sa klase ninyo, no? Our Tibet Bosconians here. Meron siguro kayong mga hindi ganong napapansin, pero without them, hindi magiging maganda yung klase ninyo. Among our lay mission partners, the quiet ones who are working, siguro most of the time, whom do you see? Those who are teaching, of course, pero there are those whom you do not see, who are at the backbone of what we are enjoying. This is Saint Joseph. Ganon siya. And Pope Francis somehow brings this out, this quality, people who are ordinary. Pag tinignan ninyo, if you read the Gospels na nandun si Saint Joseph, pagsaliksikin ninyo, and that is from Saint Matthew, or even in the other Gospels, kung titignan ninyo, he does not say a word. Hindi siya nagsasalita. That's why he's called Joseph the Silent. Anong ginagawa niya? He does the will of God. At merong sinabi tungkol sa kanya, dito sa ating pagbasa, Joseph, her husband, since he was a righteous man. Paano nyo ita-translate sa Tagalog yun? A righteous man or a just man. Paano yun? Isang taong matuwid. Pag may nagsabi sa inyo, isang tao kang matuwid, no other questions asked. Kung isang tao kang matuwid, ibig sabihin, ginagawa mo yung tama. Ibig sabihin, mabuti ka. Ibig sabihin, iniisip mo yung Diyos at yung kapwa. Kaya siguro yun ang magandang, parang campaign, slogan, isang taong matuwid. Kasi kung taong matuwid ka, hindi ka baluktot. Kung taong matuwid ka, hindi ka tatanggap ng mga suhol. Kung isang taong matuwid ka, hindi mo pababayaan mangyari o maargabyado yung mga taong natatapakan, yung mga taong prone to be victims of abuses. Kung taong matuwid ka, hindi ka nagsisinungaling. Kung taong matuwid ka, iniisip mo lang kung ano yung tama para sa pamilya mo at para sa kapwa mo. Joseph was a righteous man. And maybe this is an invitation for all of us na sana maging matuwid tayo, whatever situation we are in. And the Pope would like to tell us, okay, here is Saint Joseph, our model. First, he is the beloved, tender, and obedient father. And then another, he welcomed the will of God. And then, he is creatively courageous. Kung wala siyang lakas ng loob, maybe the Lord would be in great danger. Yung ating Panginoong Jesus nung maliit pa siya. But He protected them despite all the crisis. Na ngayon siguro, ang tawag para sa mga ama, sa mga magulang, to lead the family through this crisis. Yung mga leaders sa inyo, to lead the people you are leading in this time of crisis. Kasi ganun si Saint Joseph. Kaya it makes a lot of sense, the Pope making this year, the year of Saint Joseph, kasi we need people, we need strong men, especially yung fathers, who will lead their families, who will lead their charges through this crisis. And then he is the father who teaches the value of dignity and joy of work. Saint Joseph the worker, di ba? Sino nagturo kay Jesus na magtrabaho? Saint Joseph. That's why it's not only Joseph who is known to be the carpenter. That is in Saint Matthew's Gospel. Pag tinignan natin yung ibang ebanghelyo, what do we see? It's not Joseph the worker, pero it's Jesus who is also a carpenter, and he got the trade from Joseph. And then, lastly, we also say that he is the father in the shadows, na nandun lang siya sa background. Sino yung bida? Si Jesus at si Maria. And I'd like to underscore this part, na nandun si Jesus at si Maria, especially nung siya'y mamatay. And therefore, Saint Joseph is also our patron for a happy death. What greater death is there than having Jesus and Mary there at your deathbed? I'd like to end this homily, isang pabaon sa lahat sa inyo. I would ask you to remember this word that we have. Anong word natin? Present. I say this almost every year. Ulitin nga ninyo yung word na yon, present. Yung Pasko, it's all about present. Pero pag tinignan natin yung word na present na yan, it can be expressed, the meaning can be different. And I have 3 meanings in my mind. Unang meaning ng present, no? Pag sinabi kong, I will give you a present, ano ibig sabihin ng present? Regalo, gift. Do you not wonder why we give gifts on Christmas? Why? Di ba, no? Birthday ni Jesus, pero tayo nagbibigayan tayo ng regalo. It's because God has given us a present. Ano yung regalo ng Panginoon sa atin? Si Jesus. God came as a child in Jesus. And therefore, because He has given such a great gift, we cannot but give presents to each other because of the generosity that we have experienced from God. Second, another meaning of present, no? Yung mga teachers, no, na nandyan online, no, and those who are here, or mga students, no, pag nagkaroon tayo ng roll call, tapos narinig nyo yung pangalan nyo, ano yung sasabihin nyo? Present. Ano ibig sabihin ng present doon? Nandito ako. Yung absent, hindi sasagot kasi wala siya eh. Pero in present, I am here. You know, Christmas is about present, na nandun. And maybe the greatest present is being present. Why? Because God has made Himself present. Nandito siya. In our reading for today, what name did we hear besides Jesus? Emmanuel. Ano ibig sabihin na Emmanuel? God is with us. God is present. Whenever we think about Christmas, it is God being present to us. And then third, how do we see present? When we say past, present, and future, ano yung present doon? Kasalukuyan. Now. You know, this is one of the moments that we often forget. Many times, a lot of people dwell in the past. Ay, ganito nung panahon namin, ganito noon. Ay, nakakamiss itong ganito yung nangyayari dati. O yung iba, sobra sa future, no? O ito, no? Magpaplano ako, no? And you look at everything in the future, but you miss that moment that is very important. And what is that? The present. The present is the moment that the Lord is giving you right now. Because it is the moment when you can do good. It is the moment when you can talk to others. It is the moment when you are able to say, today, now I begin. And with Christmas, with the coming of Jesus, He has sanctified the present. Yung kasalukuyan. Why? Because it is a moment when we can say, Lord, I am experiencing you right now because you have been born. Parang ano, no, yung song ng Ngayon. Kilala niyo ba si Basil Valdez? Okay? Alam niyo yung kanta niyang Ngayon? Ito yung sabi niya, no? Ituring mong kahapon, waring panaginip lang. Ang bukas, pangitain. Ang ganday sa isip lang. Kung bawat ngayon mo sana ay laging sulit lang. Kay ganda ng buhay, bukas mo'y matibay dahil ang sandigay ngayon. My dear friends, it is today that we greet each other, Merry Christmas. It is today that we greet each other, may you have the blessings of the Lord. May He be present to you. May He be the present to you this Christmas. And so I wish you all a blessed Christmas. One thing that we've learned, maybe, we were looking forward to this Christmas, one thing that we've learned from it, one thing that we're enjoying from it is that, siguro it may not be as, let's say, decorated as before, Maybe it's more frugal than before. And that is beautiful. Why? We go to the barest essentials, that we have our family, that we are together, and that Jesus is with us. And I end in this way, no? Meron ako nakita isang post on one of my Facebook friends. Yung decoration lang niya sa bahay ay yung Belen. At anong sinabi niya? Maybe it's time to focus not so much on the season, but on the reason. Not so much on the season, but for the reason. Why are we celebrating? It's because of that. Sayang wala pa si baby Jesus, no? Kanina nilabas na. Pero in a few days' time, you would see that. And I wish you all the best this coming season. Let's think of the reason. God bless you all.